Hello, everyone. I was just in the middle of recording some videos for clients, and there was a theme that seemed to be coming up, and I felt like this was a theme that is very pertinent, but also I wanted to take the opportunity to give a little shout out to one of my very dear friends. And the theme was about healing the body and really kind of understanding the constitution of the body and what it is to be physical here. And for many of us or many of you that are watching this, you're likely in the Western world. And Western medicine is, although it's got a wonderful, wonderful place in society and it's incredibly advanced for where it is, there's many different forms of medicine, right? And most of you watching this likely are well versed in various energy healing practices or holistic practices. Well, my friend Martine has studied her whole life doing Chinese medicine, and I learn a lot from Martine. And what I find really interesting, because she does acupuncture, she does Tui Na massage, which is Chinese medical massage, and the Chinese wisdom is thousands and thousands of years old. It predates Western medicine, and I'm not sure whether it was Martine that said this or it might have been someone else that shared that um, it was from Chinese medicine where the original doctors came from, because the way that the ancient um, Chinese medicine system worked, and when I say ancient, I mean that ancient, ancient. I can't speak for what it's like now, but it was all about the five elements within you. It was all about your constitution, what you in your soul embodiment were perhaps going to have as your karma, as your challenges in this lifetime, and that will pertain to a particular element, which then pertains to an organ, and it all connects with the chi and things like that. And the reason why I find this really fascinating is because in the spiritual world, we speak so much about energy, but it's very non-physical. What I've found recently very, very interesting is that the Chinese medicine system, it bridges that metaphysical with the physical. So I go for acupuncture with Martine. And I was always kind of like, oh, that'll be nice. And if anyone knows me, you'll know that I kind of like I'll try out everything to find out what works best for me at a particular point in time. And I usually go more as a preventative than anything else. If I feel inspired, if I feel inclined to go and try something out, I will go and do it, So I've experienced many, many, many modalities, but none have surprised me more. In genuine truth, none have surprised me more than Chinese medicine. And this is because, or what I believe is because when you're looking at anything to do with Chinese medicine, whether that's acupuncture, where the needles are actually going in, and it's five elements, specifically five element acupuncture as well. You're working with someone's constitution, you're working with the chi within you, what might be blocked, what might be causing certain effects. But it's fascinating because there's also a medical massage that they do. And this massage isn't like Western massage. It's not like Swedish or hot stone or anyone that's intuitively doing massages. It's very specific, and it's called Tui Na. And I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but it's called Tui Na massage. And the way that the massage kind of works is, once again, you're going into the pressure points, like the specific points on the body where chi might be blocked. Now, you might find that some masseuses do this as they're massaging you, and they might know certain generic points. Like, I know generic points. I know which points on my body to push to alleviate allergies or to alleviate certain symptoms and things like that. But the wealth of knowledge that comes with Chinese medicine, and you have to study for at least 7 years. It's like you study longer than you actually study in Western medicine to become a doctor. It's fascinating to me. So there's from what I understand, three main pillars. You have the Chinese herbs, which are all the mushrooms and the different things. So we have that in our Western world, right, with different plants and things like that. People are getting very much into plant medicine. But to actually physically see and experience the difference between someone who has trained their whole life in Chinese medicine to come up with a prescription of particular Chinese herbs that actually has that has a top rate effective effectiveness, what the word is. What's that word in English? I can't remember. Rate versus how we currently look at things in the Western world. We kind of like, we wait to get sick, and then we're very reactive, whereas this is very much more preventative. You pair the movement, and of course you'll have seen if you've been on my page recently, I post every now and then about some of the martial arts that I'm doing, some of the energy practices that I'm doing. So it's not just the meditation and the channeling and the healings, which is very, very yin in my perspective. That's a very yin energy, so I have to balance it out for me to be really grounded and for me to elevate where I'm at. I pair it with, or especially this year, starting at Lionsgate, I pair it with different martial art practices to really embody myself. And it's fascinating because that's where I started discovering Qigong, and that's where I started discovering Kung Fu and things like that. And once again, the wisdom behind all of this is fascinating. Now, if you're watching this video and you're still here, good. Because, for anyone that's local, and if you're not local, if you've never tried 5-element anything, try it. Because whatever it is that's going on with your body, if you've got something that's a little bit off, Chinese medicine will fix it. It will find the actual root cause in your constitution, in the qi, in the meridians. They will know it like no one else. That's what I've come to learn. But if you're near the south coast, if you're near Hampshire or Dorset, and you're close to either Bournemouth or Southampton, if you're close to Bournemouth and you are curious as to how, especially if you're in the spiritual world, because this is really going to help you ground and help your body do what it needs to do to move the energy through as you need to move it through. And so that if you're absorbing all this energy, you're not going to continue to absorb all this energy. And if it's throwing you, then, you can anchor and you can ground in, and, you get stronger within yourself, within your cells on a very, very foundational level, which is deeper than I've, in all honesty, experienced through any other modality. But if you're near Bournemouth, come and have a go at, like we have Qigong classes, or when I say we, Shifu, Martine, she has Qigong classes starting on the 17th of April in Wimborne. Kung Fu and classes like that in Poole. She has an acupuncture clinic Wednesdays and Thursdays in Wimborne. So if you can get to Wimborne, do it. But the main reason why I wanted to give a shout out to her as well is because she's got an upcoming Tui Na course. Tui Na is medical massage. Tui Na is massage to heal the things that the Western medicine think are incurable. I don't know if this video is going to go out with these words I'm using, but we'll find out. The point is that if you're watching to this point in the video, thank you so much. But I am going to link in the comments Martine's website, because she has a Tui Na course. Now, if you are a healer, if you're curious about getting down deeper into the body, into healing and preventative and really accentuating and elevating your bodily mastery, then I'm going to say check out the upcoming, I think it's 9 weeks, or is it 12 weeks, Tui Na diploma that Martine is offering. That's going to be in Southampton. I think it's alternate weekends, I think she was saying. But there's 36 hours of content, and she's doing that in person. So this isn't online. Like, you can do a lot of things online. You can't do stuff like Tui Na or anything like that online. You have to actually learn it in person. But if you wanted to get a grasp of the body, and if you are at all interested in healing and really making massive, tangible, more permanent shifts in people, please check out the Tui Na course that Martine is offering. I was joking, well, not joking, but I was saying with a friend the other day when she was telling me about her friend who's very, very sick right now in hospital. I said to her, I was like, I'm kind of in that mindset now that if I ever got that sick, I would be looking for a Chinese medicine clinic versus a hospital, because, it's one of those where, like, my mindset has completely shifted, because even though we might have certain thoughts or feelings about it, and our subconscious might have certain thoughts or feelings. It's fascinating how in this past year, with the evidence that I personally have experienced, plus with everything that I've ever learned and experienced and tried out, and of course, I can't speak for anyone else. This is just my personal experience. But I literally said to a friend a couple of days ago when she said that her friend's in hospital, and I was like, yeah, it's almost like we need to try and find her someone that can do acupuncture and prescribe Chinese medicine, because that will actually make a shift. Because the hospital are a little bit flummoxed as to what to do to help my friend's friend out. So it was very interesting to self-observe my own response, my own kind of, yeah, that's my first point of call now. I will go to Martine and say, hey, this is going on. What can I do? Obviously, if you're not around here, then look for wherever you are. I cannot recommend it enough. But if you are anywhere near Southampton, Bournemouth, Hailing Island, all these places, they're all accessible to that area, and you are called to deepening your knowledge and really understanding life. I'm going to put it that way, because when you understand the body, you understand life, you understand energy, you understand ascension. When you understand the body, then have a little look and see if this course calls to you. I think she also has £100 off the diploma if you are called to doing that specifically. I'm trying to pin her down and get her on a workshop to talk about Chinese medicine with everyone, because I know people would enjoy that. But both of our calendars are a little bit chocker right now, but we're going to see if there's enough interest, and we'll see whether we can get that sorted. So let me know in the comments as well if you think that would be really interesting. And if so, I'll make sure she sees it so that we can get a workshop planned in at some point online. But specifically, Twainer diploma, 9 or 12 weeks, whatever it might be. Really, really, really worthwhile. I'm very tempted to do it myself if it doesn't clash with any speaking events that I have already. Anyway, that's enough of a ramble, and I send you all so much love, and I hope you're well, and I'll be back tomorrow with a star channeling. So if you're around tomorrow, I'll see you then for I think we have the diamond ones coming through for us tomorrow. So much love. Bye for now.